This is Elita and little Lady Napsalotl here, doing another little broadcast. We are going to be having a wee look at seasonal events. Let's just check that I am broadcasting. Yep, live on my channel. Good. There we go. Without further ado, let us begin. Good day to you, friend. Might you be interested in learning about the Hatching Tide festivities? A fledgling festival, Hatching Tide was born of a prophetic dream visited upon a Draconia maiden named Jilly Aliapo. In her dream, the 12 Archons of old appeared. Those heroes who saved the realm from the destruction of the 6 Umbral calamity. Descending from the heavens atop beautifully decorated eggs, they said to Julie, "Arise, young dreamer! Make ready the vessels for our return." And so she did, painstakingly painting the gilding eggs to match those from her vision. Word of the prophecy spread, and Julie attracted helpers to assist in her toils. After the calamity, the festival grew further, as townsfolk and adventurers flocked to celebrate the Archons of yore, who many believed had some hand in delivering the realms once again. In pursuit of excellence, Julie Aliapo has a great deal to say about Hatching Tide.
Hatching Tide is upon us once more. I hope the season finds you in excellent fetty. For my part, Elita, it's an absolute pleasure to see you again. While I have your attention, allow me to expound upon the nature of this year's festivities. Hatching Tide has its origins in the days before the 7th Umbral calamity, when 12 stages of an era past appeared before me in a startling vision. I have been visited by such streams ever since, and this year was no exception. I saw a great mass of eggs, as vivid as those before you now, borne aloft unto the heavens. Making dreams manifest has never failed to lend wonder to Hatching Tide before, so needless to say, I intend to bring my latest vision to life. Speaking of which, the eggs I commissioned ought to arrive any moment now. Oh, Julie, it's a disaster. The cart toppled over en route. Thankfully the driver was unscathed, but I can't say the same for the eggs. Good heavens! I'm glad to hear the poor driver was unharmed, but without the eggs, how are we to breathe life into my dream? Don't worry, I'll simply fashion some more eggs myself. Though to create the quantity required will take time, and we're already facing at least a minor delay at this point. If only I could assign someone to help you. Alas, the other dreamers are busy enough as it is, and I must see to the schedule alterations myself. But wait, Elita, perhaps you'd be willing to lend a hand. Elita, how wonderful to see you again. Knowing what an exemplary assistant you are gives me cause for hope. I hope you're happy to help, that is. Thank you. The first order of business will be procuring more of the necessary egg supplies from the merchant. Our supplier should be in the market. He's a burly fellow, so he won't be difficult to spot. We can only hope he has enough stock. I'm sorry that I cannot attend to the eggs personally, but your assistance will make all the difference. Thank you.
see. Choose a leather workers guild. There's our man. Ah, yeah, that dreamer who was here before, ain't ya? A right old mess, to be sure. Afraid I'm all out of the supplies you need, though.
Is there really nothing you can do for us?
Well, I do have some tatty odds and ends, surplus wares that might be of use if you want them. They're all yours. Might not be exactly what you needed, but I'm sure you can cobble something together with these. The storage fees were eaten into me I'd rather see them put to good use.
When I ordered the initial batch of supplies, I remember thinking what a kind fellow he was. He certainly proved me right. Anyway, we better take stock of what he's given us. Let's see. This leather looks durable. We have some metal springs and rings that could do for a mechanism of some sort, and these lengths of timber could be cut down to a more portable size. I think these herbs and resins are used to concoct water-repellent or alchemical solutions. Never tried it myself, but there's a first time for everything. Besides that, there are plenty of bits and bobs. We should have no trouble when it comes to decoration. Unfortunately, we won't be able to recreate the eggs Julie saw in her dream with these. We could make something far easier to get off the ground though. Parasols! The trick will be making them look eggy though. The shell makes the egg, as they say. Do they say that? Anyway, we should paint them. You're right! With some festive patterns on the outer canopy and a convincing egg-y structure, the parasols might just make for a worthy replacement. Parasols are a sight more fiddly than your standard egg, though with just the two of us, production will take far too long. So we'll need to enlist further help, just as I did with you. Fortunately, the guild artisans should be less likely to balk at a request for parasol parts than a rush order of myriad eggs, particularly if we supply the materials. Let us first pay a visit to the Leatherworkers Guild. I'm sure they'll be able to transform our leather into something fit for canopy. Run, 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 Meow, 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 meow. I've explained the situation to Jiva, and she seems inclined to sympathy. If we keep our manners about us, we should manage to secure the guild's assistance.
Ah, if it isn't Elita, you must be adventurer assistant Nonita spoke of. She was just informing me of your plight. Many of our apprentices are looking forward to the Hatching Tide celebrations. You shall have the guild's aid, although I'm afraid we lack some of the resources needed to work your leather into parasol canopies. The material is water-resistant to a degree, but nevertheless porous. Untreated, it will degrade over time and begin to rot, but our stock of coating is perilously low at the moment.
If it's a water repellent you're after, I say no more. We just so happen to have the necessary ingredients, so I can see to its preparation. In the meantime, would you take this timber over to the Carpenters Guild and request that they craft the parasol frame? We can meet up by the Black Rabbit Trader's stall anon.
Trust that your leather is in capable hands.
And we run.
Why you stand there like a frightened schoolgirl? If you need something, speak.
Various lengths of timber ready to be sawn and lathed into parasol parts.
Parasol frames, a task not beyond your own skill, no doubt. Would the imminence of the holiday not force you to compromise their quality? You have done well to seek aid, Elita, and you shall have it. The younglings in the acorn orchard await the festivities. For their sake, no effort will be spared in the parasol's preparation. We shall commence work right away. Let your associates know that the Carpenters Guild has the matter in hand. The timber you provided lacks the flexibility needed to create arcing ribs. However, Mistress Frufitra will doubtless assist in procuring what we need.
I trust everything went well at the Carpenters Guild. I've just placed an order for the alchemical solution, and a few other things besides. The next step will be to piece all the parts together into a prototype parasol. I'll bring the prototype over to Julie once I've finished, so you can go ahead and wait with her. I'm delighted to play a part in realizing another Hatching Tide for the ages. Leave the alchemical solution and the finer details to me. I'll soon have everything sourced. Papaya. 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 Welcome back, Elita. You'll be pleased to hear that I've adjusted the schedule to accommodate our little mishap, and all is set to proceed. How fare the eggs? Substituting parasols for eggs? What a wonderful idea! I can hardly wait to see what Nonita cooks up for my prototype. Though we must. Exceeding expectations, Julie Aliapu is patiently waiting to see the parasol prototype. Nonita will surely be along any moment now. Sorry to keep you both waiting. Allow me to present you with the very first Archon Egg Parasol. What a fine example of ingenuity. It's magnificent. I'm so glad you approve. With your blessing, I'll begin producing more to distribute. In the meantime, we find ourselves at a loose end. But we cannot let Nonata outstrip us in hatching tide spirit. There must be more we can do. Let's show off your parasol to the townsfolk. But of course! We ought to promote our newest addition to the festivities. If we even tell a few Gridanians that these gorgeous accoutrements will be available to those who celebrate with us, word will spread of its own accord. With that in mind, I shall keep mine unfurled and on display. You use your adventurer's instincts to identify those most in need of egg-themed accessories. The market is always busy. Let us look for potential celebrants there. When I think back to the very first hatching tide, it's a marvel just how popular the occasion has become. I have so many people to thank for their efforts, yourself included. We dreamers are responsible for all the decorations you see throughout the city. Take that basket over there, for instance. I came up with the idea and Nonata worked her magic to create the final product. I see.
I say, madame, you must tell me where I might require a resplendent parasol like unto your own.
At our hatching tide event, of course. How about it? Will you join us in the amphitheatre?
I'd be delighted. As a true connoisseur of eggs, both decorative and edible, I attend annually in hopes of glimpsing ovid perfection. And this parasol surpasses my every imagining. Such elegance, such egginess.
Why, that parasol is an absolute delight. It's not often you see that level of craftsmanship paired with such decorative flair. This might be the finest egg-inspired apparel I've ever seen. Might I ask who was responsible for this masterpiece? The Leather Workers Guild, the Carpenters Guild, Black Rabbit Traders, and our Dreamers all had their parts to play, and if you join us in celebrating Hatching Tide, you can receive one just like it. Ah, I should have known that the Guild's artisans were involved. If it means getting my hands on the parasol, I'd be more than happy to take part in the festivities. Heavens above! Is that adorable parasol fashioned after an Archon egg? Exquisite, isn't it? If you join us at the amphitheatre, you will receive one just like it. For years I have searched for a parasol as daring as an egg. getting sunburned and soaked by turns, and you offer me one free of charge? It's a hatching tide miracle. I expect those three will tell all and sundry about our parasols. Our work here is done. Well, that went rather swimmingly. You clearly have an eye for egg connoisseurs. I shall go and see how many attendees we are gathered in the amphitheatre. Feel free to join us when you have a moment. Do. Huh?
This parasol is truly the peak of Ovid aesthetics. Timing my visit to coincide with Hatching Tide was a fine idea indeed.
When I laid eyes upon this parasol, its quality spoke loud and clear. A triumph of design, both practical and decorative. It's not often I find an article so worthy of my discernment. To think I'd end up with one of these delightful parasols all for myself. You and your associates are so generous. The folks you gathered certainly are enthusiastic about showing off their parasols. Fortunately, no one yet's lost an eye. Look, Elita! Isn't the sight of those parasols simply marvellous? Eggs held aloft, just as in my dream. Hooray, we did it, Julie! We certainly did. Shall we officially declare this Hatching Tide a success?
Hold that thought, you've yet to see the half of it.
Macinta, I'm not quite sure I follow. Quite a few of my customers asked about your parasols. More than can comfortably gather here. In fact, nevertheless, I took the liberty of handing out stock to those who came inquiring. With how many I left my stall with a smile on their face and a parasol in hand, the whole city is awash in floating eggs. That's incredible! To think that the parasols are bringing joy even beyond our celebration. Wait, Julie, they're one and the same, aren't they? The celebration is spread across the city, borne by a great mass of floating eggs. You're right! I was intent on gathering people here, but the eggs in my dream were far too numerous to contain in one place. They were always meant to be seen far and wide. That our original plans met with misfortune was a blessing in disguise, for we've touched the hearts of more people than I dared to imagine. There's no doubt in my mind, this will go down as a Hatching Tide to remember. Black Rabbit traders shall continue distributing parasols to those who ask. They may be free of charge, but they're drawing business in spades. Nonata told me how to assemble them, so I can prepare as many as necessary. Truly, where would we be without your ingenuity, Nonita? I couldn't have done it without our able adventurer. Ah, that reminds me. I have something for you, Elita. That's the very second parasol I ever made. After Jilly's, of course. I thought it fitting that you receive it. With eggs aloft across the city, all that's left is to enjoy the festivities. Your work may have finished, Elita, but Hatching Tide most certainly hasn't. Da, da, da. Problem parasol. When Nonita first relayed the awful news, I wondered how we could possibly salvage the situation, but now I can see I needn't have worried. This has exceeded all expectations. Thank you, Elita. Adventurer, I had such fun preparing the parasols with you. I'll be forever grateful for all your help. And we have the Archon Egg Parasol. Finished in a striking yellow and golden trim, this accessory provides exceptional protection against all but the worst of downpours. Spin! 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 And that is today's broadcast done. Thank you for watching. Love you all. Mwah! Mm.